Wait. Action.
Ciao ragazzi, ciao! It's Leah, and some of you know me, and I just came on today to tell you a little bit about my story. Okay, stop.
No, keep going. And can you edit it?
Yeah.
Oh, keep going.
So here I am. I'm in California, and I wanted to say hi to you guys and practice a little English with you. So let's get started. I'm going to tell you where I've been and just a little bit, though. A little bit. And that's it. Okay, stop. Americans can move a lot for work, family. There's all kinds of reasons why we move. And I personally have lived many places in the U.S., and I'm going to tell you about some of them now. I was born in New York City in the state of New York. New York City is famous for the Statue of Liberty. We moved to Chicago when I was 3, and my sister was born there. Chicago is famous for the Great Lakes, and the Great Lakes are famous because they move like the sea. So on the lake, on the shore, there's waves, just like if you went to the beach. This is a photo of my mother and me when we lived in New York. I was very small. My mother liked to take road trips, and when I was 13, we moved to New Mexico because we had traveled there on a road trip before, and she fell in love with the place. At 21, I moved from New Mexico to California, the land of dreams. I had many adventures, and I met my husband, Massimo, there. Later, we moved to Colorado, where I raised my sons, Michelangelo and Gabriele. Colorado is home to Denver. It's called the Mile High City because it's exactly 1 mile from sea level. 1 mile high. Massimo got a job in Raleigh, a little town outside of Boston. So we moved to Massachusetts, which is a state that's very hard to say. I always say Massachusetts or mess it up in some way. Boston was a very important city in the history of the United States, and there were many things to do and see there. And it was actually, Massachusetts is one of my favorite states. We moved to Florida to start our own business. Florida is home to Miami Beach, where all the kids go on spring break, and lots of big, scary alligators. We sold our business and moved to Italy, yay, where I met all of you and tried to speak Italian. Ciao. My origins are African American, Caucasian, and American Indian. My father, whose name was Gene Shaw, was African American and American Indian. He was a musician who played the trumpet for a living. He also liked to play chess. It is because of him I know some of the issues of the two races and learned a lot about each culture. I know one rebel song of the American Indians, and the words are, I'm not going to sing it, but the words are BIA, which is the Bureau of Indian Affairs. I'm not your Indian anymore. You belong to white man's way, hey-ya, hey-ya. And I know one of the civil rights songs the African Americans would sing back in the day, and the words are, we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. And they were words of inspiration for the people involved with the civil rights movement. My mother was beautiful. She was born in Kentucky, and her family raised quarter horses, which is they're a type of horse that are kind of stocky and quite beautiful themselves. She was an artist too and liked to paint. From her, I learned to accept people for who they are and not judge them for the way that they look. I also learned you can use turtles to make turtle soup. Ew. I've never tried making turtle soup myself though, because poor turtles. I can't imagine using a turtle for soup. Both my parents were very musical. My mother played the piano, so I tried to sing too. 'Cause baby, you're a firework, so come on, show 'em what you're worth. Leave 'em going, oh, oh, oh.
That's it?
Okay, so I only sing in the shower because I can't sing. But I love to paint. I paint using oil paints, and my favorite subjects are children because they are just too cute. I also love to read. I love animals, and I really love practicing English with you guys. And that's it. So you've heard a little bit about my story and the states I've lived in, and just a little bit. But I just want to say ciao to all you guys, and hopefully I'll see you again, or you'll see me again soon. And that's it. Bye, bye, bye. Okay.